Let's fire it up here and get this Baby Driver business on. You're going to be surprised what I thought. You
may be surprised at what I thought, which I posted in the Discord.
That's
server.
right. I've been talking for days about how this might be in my top 5 movies of all time. All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
So you're a mute, baby? Is that what it is? Are you a mute? No. So, what are you listening to? Music.
That's right. You tell him, baby.
Shh. It's okay.
For God's sakes, Griff. Leave the kid alone.
You can't just be in crime, right? Not without being a little criminal. I just want to find out what's going on between those ears. Aside, of course, from Egyptian reggae.
Bananas.
This is Film Sack. Oh, sure.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film Sack. Yes. This is Film Sack. We are mining the very depths of film entertainment for all mankind. This is episode 655. I'm Scott Johnson. Joined today by Brian. He's a good driver, but he's only good when he's listening to music constantly done away.
Shh. It's my song. It's song. This week on Film Sack. Oh, hi. This week on Film Sack, we firmly affix our Baby Driver onboard yield sign suction cup thingy to our car window to let everybody know we're about to press play on this 2017 action crime thriller heist musical mixtape that is trying to get away with our hard-earned cash money over on Netflix. Hey, they got our money, our hard-earned paper. They snuck in last night. We were asleep, and sweet mother trucker, keep your eyes on the road, mama, and scarred for life. Anywho, here are some driving tips we picked up from that baby with the shades. Drive like you stole it, because you most definitely did. Never drive to pick up the coffee when a musical dance number will do. Carpool! And finally, the streets are alive with the sound of music and people screaming and dying and oh shit, cops shooting. So keep your head down and drive fast. Speed turns Jamie Foxx on. Oops, Garfunkel. Randy, I think you need a new driver and underpants. Bananas. Word salad. Word salad, yummy, yummy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. Sorry, you're killing me today already. Don't be doing this to me this early. Nicely done. Also, we have with us Randy, not groovy Randy, not groovy at all, Jordan.
Aloha, doggo, friendo, and pupper. As you can see, we don't share real names here. We just assign you millennial slang names. I personally dislike being called friendo, but I have a lot of people in my life who are millennials, so I have to let it slide. Speaking of playground equipment, I haven't gotten a Bananas phone call. Any of you know why? Any reason why I haven't gotten a Bananas phone call?
No.
I'm supposed to get a Bananas phone call every time, and I didn't get a Bananas phone call this time. Don't look at me like this doesn't make sense. Your mom goes to college. Okay, let's get down to business. We rob places in broad daylight in a busy city like maniacs. And we get away with it because 3 rules. Number 1, you have to dress in.
Whoa.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow. That was exciting.
That was weird. I've heard duplicates.
What happened?
I don't know. It's
We're gonna
fine.
test?
Fine now? All right, you're good now.
Okay. All right. We get away with it because 3 rules. Number 1, you have to dress in different colors with internal consistency. Except the least interesting of you, that guy can wear gray. Number 2, whichever one of you wears gray needs to have something like some scars on your face. And the scars really don't need to follow any rules of continuity. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're completely missing, from your face. That's amazing. Number 3, and this one is so important. Men, you need to have a woman you're sleeping with. I'm not saying that so that I can have more to threaten you with. So let's just pretend I didn't just say that. Okay? Let's observe that we live in a magical world where you can just pick up the hottest, most charming, and instantly loyal girlfriend in the world by going to a diner one time. Now go get laid and don't forget the bananas.
Wow. Wow.
Bananas.
This is good advice. Also with us, and finally, Brian, you can fit everyone plus Barenthal's earlobes in one Subaru WR exhibit.
You totally can, but they've got to ride side saddle. All right, so boy, I can't believe I'm going to be the third one to bring up bananas, but you'll find it right here in this here song in which I address the big, horrible dirtbag elephant in the room.
Oh my
Love
Lord.
Love
All
it.
right, to the guy who gets embarrassed every time Brian sings. All right. You really, if he passed all that, if he walked out of the room or skipped it or whatever he just did, you missed out. That was.
I love how a random person can leave a random comment somewhere.
Yeah.
And if it's negative enough, we will never forget it.
Oh yeah, no.
Never.
No, it'll come up forever.
See, I don't take it as negative because he said it was mostly him. Like he said it was, or that it was a him thing and not a me thing. But anyway.
Yeah. He thought he was very honest about that. He's like, I know this is me. It's not, everybody or whatever. But all I know is, wow, dude. Freaking wow. I'm saving that. I'm going to save that for my little grandkiddos because they love that song.
Oh, good. Yeah. Then you can explain who Kevin Spacey is.
Yeah, I'll say this is a great time to talk about sexual malfeasance and misappropriation of advances and things like that. They're, 5 and 2. That's perfect ages. So let's get that going. That's amazing. The movie is Baby Driver, if it wasn't obvious. And we do have a fake Fletcher trying to explain things. Now, before I play the fake Fletcher, well, whatever. I'll just play it. It's losing its mind. It's honestly losing its mind. But I'll play it anyway. Here you go.
Baby Driver! After being coerced into working for a crime boss, a young getaway driver finds himself taking part in a heist doomed to fail. Rob them banks!
I mean, all it said was rob them banks at the end, and it decided to add all that weird bullshit toward the end there.
Putting like 15 exclamation points before the word rob the banks, right?
No, in fact, all it is what rob them banks exclamation point, single exclamation point at the end, and it decides to put before it. Does that make any sense to anybody anywhere? Oh my gosh.
Oh, AI, please continue being so
weird.
Easily identifiable.
Yeah. Please keep getting worse, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'd love that from this technology. Anyway, Randy, go ahead.
So Baby Driver is the perfect analog to what we were just talking about. This thing where a very small minority of something is negative, right? Because like Baby Driver is one of the most highly regarded films we've watched for Film Sack.
Yeah.
It's currently on the Rotten Tomatoes. It's at 92%.
Yeah.
Wow. And that just made me go, okay, I need to know who the 8% are.
Yeah.
And I went digging, and there's like 400 critical reviews for Baby Driver. So I had to dig to find them. And they're really sad. They're like really sad people. Like when you go look at a critic who gave it a negative, like their reviews are terrible.
Well, those people are wrong. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been told this for years by various friends, Ibit being one of them in particular, who were always saying, dude, Baby Driver, you got to watch it. Baby Driver, watch it. So I know Spacey sucks, and this is right when that was all falling apart. And I'm like, well, I love the director. Freaking Edgar Wright can do no wrong. Every movie he's ever made, Hot Fuzz, this, that, the other, I love it. Scott Pilgrim, whatever. And then I just never did. I just didn't get around to it. And as it turns out, I thought the greatest film of 2017 was Blade Runner 2049. And I still think that that's my favorite movie of that year. But this thing shot right up into my top 8 movies of all time. I loved this movie from top to bottom, pitch to stern. That's not even a phrase. I loved
stem to stern.
Stem to stern. That's what I meant. What the hell's the pitch? Anyway, that's for soccer. Football. Anyway, it's an amazing movie. Like from top to bottom. I cannot believe I slept on this. I'm annoyed it took me this long. I loved every
Here's
second
the thing. I mean, so Tina and I saw this in the theaters and same reactions. Like, oh my God, this is great. I love it. And it was literally like just a couple months later, I started raving about it to people and saying, oh my God, you got to go see Baby Driver. At least catch it when it comes out on streaming. And between the time it was in theaters and then landed on streaming was the Anthony Rapp announcement about, or the allegations, which turned into fact that that Kevin Spacey had unwanted advances on him.
Yeah. He's a douchebag.
Light way of putting it, basically.
Yeah.
And so it really became hard at that point to keep talking about this movie, right? Because it's like, oh god, this has such a stink on it from him, and it's been enough time. Yeah.
I just want to point out, like, Kevin Spacey, turns out, if you haven't seen this movie, Kevin Spacey's in like 10% of it. He's he's an important character for sure, but this is a movie that gets carried by some other people. There are other people in this movie.
Sure.
That carry it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Hard carry by John Hamm.
John Hamm hard carry. I would argue that Ansel Elgort was perfect for this, and immediately, like, I didn't even know anything about him. He hadn't even spoken yet. I thought he may have been mute the way they were talking to him before he said a word in that opening clip we played. And I was convinced that I was going to be like, all right, teen superstar kid, I don't think I give two poops about you. And he immediately endeared himself to me as one of the most interesting characters in a very long time. And I felt for him immediately. I kind of knew where this was all headed. The whole thing is like an allegory for quitting something that is not good for you, right? Like we all can relate to this. Something that's just on our backs, we need to do one more time, but then I'm out feeling. And the movie takes that simple concept and turns it into this beautiful, chaotic, sometimes violent, but honestly not that violent, although there's one scene in a car that really got me. But for the most part, it's like, just frenetic story about a guy who's like, I need to get out of here. I need to be true to my heart. I need to go with my gut. I need to take this girl with me. This is the plan. And they do it so, like, with so much fun and so much panache and so much, like, not sure where this is going any second. And then the whole thing's so synchronized with different music. And I also found out, I don't know how you guys watch this, but I had headphones on for it. And every time he would pull one of his earbuds out, you would still, in your left or right ear, depending on which earbud he pulled out, you would still hear the music like you would in real life with an earbud in. And then the other ear was hearing Jamie Foxx berate him or somebody else say whatever. That was crazy to me.
That's such a cool effect. Yeah, you don't get that as well in the theater. Obviously, you get the sound coming from one side, kind of, but not nearly like with that you'd get.
Yeah, with headphones, they literally cut it like it would be like an old Beatles song where they used to do the right.
Oh yeah, the left and right channels.
Yeah, and it was like that stark.
Yellow Submarine.
You mean when the Beatles discovered stereo?
Yeah,
stereo.
Right. So this is why you just hit on all three of its Oscar noms. It was nominated for film editing, for sound mixing, and for sound editing, and it didn't win any of those. But I mean, 2017 was a weird year. Like one of the reasons we do Film Sack is because we get a little time after a movie, and then we look around and ask, "Was that any good? Should we watch? Like, let's watch the thing and find out if it holds up." That kind of thing.
Right.
And 2017 was the year of 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, and I loved that movie so much then. And then about 5 years later, I watched it a second time, and I was like, "Ooh, this movie got problems."
Oh,
and like. This Baby Driver was the opposite, right? Like we all kind of heard that it had problems or something, and we just didn't watch it till now.
Yeah,
right.
For some, like the Spacey stuff, I think happened right as the movie was coming out, or while it was in theaters.
Yeah,
or something?
like right after it was out, because this came out in March of 2017 or June, actually, I guess South by Southwest March, but June it came out. In the US, and then the allegations came out October of 2017.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Just a few months after.
I actually watched it, and then like only weeks after Kevin Spacey stole my fun, because I was like, I was recommending this movie along the way. I was like, oh god, I just watched Baby Driver last week, it was so good. And then Kevin Spacey came along. I was like, I still like it, but warning. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice to have this much time in between it. That whole thing came and exposed itself to the sun as it should have, and all that stuff happened. And so for me to come back to this and go, all right, how involved is he? And here's the weird bit: he in the credits is listed as Kevin Spacey. He's not top billed, but his name is just straight Kevin Spacey. Whenever you see somebody billed as and so and so, that means they've got a small role, right? It means it's more of a cameo or a small, tiny role, or it's not a huge deal. And they gave that to Jamie Foxx. Now, I have a question about that, Because if you're
Jamie
gonna,
Foxx is so good.
because if you're gonna and Jamie Foxx, then he better have very little impact on my movie. Instead, this dude
I never took it as a.
he was so
Okay.
good. He was so good.
I've always seen the "and" in credits as we had to do something extra to talk this person into.
Yes, exactly. Like oh, here we've got Elizabeth Taylor in our movie, and Elizabeth Taylor, like kind of like bring in a huge.
But see, that's what I would have thought they would have done with. That's what I thought they would have done with Spacey. Like Spacey's barely in it. He's also the biggest name, or at least was before all the mess. And you would think that would be him. I thought this is some of the best Jamie Foxx I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He made me so uncomfortable, and just he took in a movie that thrives on tense scenes. He took it to a level that I almost felt like I don't know if I can watch this anymore. It's making me It's just making me nervous.
No, he is really good, man. Like to the point of like, man, freaking, this is your movie, dude. You do not get enough credit for this shit. He was so good.
It's such an incredible thing when you've got a movie that features several actors playing criminals, like that are all part of a gang or part of a team, and they're so different in their criminality, but not comically so. Like it's not like, oh, he's the brains guy, and this is the muscle, and then this is the Russian guy who just likes guns or whatever.
Right.
Like you've got these
I like hats.
Barenthal is so different from Jamie Foxx, is so different from John Hamm, is so different from the guy who screws up the masks, the Mike Myers mask.
That was so. I forgot about it, and it still
I
made
did
me
too.
laugh.
And the trivia behind that is they really genuinely couldn't get the rights to use the actual
Makes
Mike
sense.
Myers mask.
William Shatner's face. I wonder how that works out. That feels. Does Shatner get any money on that?
I wonder if he does. If Shatner has to approve anything that they do in movies with the
They
Michael
might.
Myers.
They
You
might.
know, we're talking about Michael Myers. The Halloween mask is a William Shatner mask, so modified a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, but also like you would feel like that thing is so ubiquitous. It would be not public domain, but it would be just common use sort of thing. And I'm surprised that they ran into that, because the trivia is it's pretty detailed about how they tried and couldn't, and so they ended up having to make the best concession of all time. What an amazing choice, though, right? Because
I feel like the Michael Myers mask is a large portion of the money they make off that IP, whereas the Austin Powers mask is probably nothing. Just saying.
Probably, but that's a decent point. But also, what an amazing choice! It's like we can't do that. Why? Well, it's so and so has the rights. Fine, we'll do the other Mike Myers, which is always the joke.
As a joke.
Yeah. And they did it, and they did it brilliantly. I thought that was perfect.
What's weird about this movie is that that joke is exactly right in the middle of what the biggest problem with the movie would be. And the biggest problem with the movie would be that everybody's a caricature. They're not like full-fledged characters, right? They if that was a problem, like the movie gets right up to the point of that being a problem, and definitely having some Nimrod who gets you Mike Myers instead of Michael Myers is like the essence of caricaturization.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually cross into that zone.
No, it's good.
Somehow this movie always holds it together. Like I was making fun of Lily James's character because it's ultimate caricature. Like just you want lady? Here, we give you lady. And
we give you lady.
At the same time, something about her performance and the way she's directed, I'm totally in. I buy in 100% on Lily James's character.
Yeah.
Even though the movie is approaching caricature at all times.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I think that's true of a lot of these characters. And you're right; they approach the zone of like these are too stereotyped, or Barenthal's only in there for 5 minutes. He got top 3 billing, and he's barely there.
Wow.
And he is a stereotype beyond stereotypes, and we never get any real he's kind of our chick in the bucket.
He is kind of the chick in the bucket. Yeah.
Grab a bucket.
They never explain. They never explain it.
Oh yeah, they do. He walks out the door and he says, "If you never see me again, you can assume I'm dead."
Yeah, that's not really enough.
Okay.
It is. That's the line. That's the whole line. They make a big point out of it. He walks to the door. He has his back to him, and he looks over the corner and goes, "If you don't hear from me again, I'm probably dead."
Yeah, I get it, but it's a weird. That's a weird thing for them to have him do. But I, excuse me, I thought he was.
Randy.
I thought he was. He was great for the hot minute he was in there. For a second that he was in
Right.
there, I thought he was
So
great.
good.
Sorry, what I missed?
He
Randy
was
did
also
something?
he also was a huge everybody in this movie besides being gorgeous also escalated everything just constantly just turning up the heat.
Mhm.
And that's what this movie
Yeah.
done really well.
Yeah.
Just turning up the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it.
The stylization too. So I'm so glad we watched this right after watching Crank, and we talked about how I think, at least for me, distracting the stylization of Crank was, like having the split screen and the wobbliness, and then the things that appeared on screen, like the C word on his forehead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's how you distractingly stylize a movie. But having your main character walk out to get coffee to Bob and Earl's the Harlem Shuffle, and have the graffiti and the signage on the poles all have remnants of the lyrics as he's walking. Because sometimes, like growing up, I always had a Walkman on my head, always listening to music. High school, I'd have it on for every class. I was baby basically for that part.
Yeah.
The driving, not so much. The getting women, not so much. But the headphones, and I would always revel in these brief moments when something that was a lyric on a song tied in perfectly with something I was singing. And so to kind of have that constant synchronicity when times are good for him. And he's getting the coffee and everything's working out. And then the second time he's going to get coffee, it's a different cover of, or it's a cover of the Harlem Shuffle, not the Rolling Stones cover, but another cover. And it's a darker version, and there are no
Everything's
lyrics or
disjointed.
anything. It's all
He's
disjointed.
bumping into things.
Yeah, it's such a great.
I
it's such a great
Shazammed my way through
stylization
this
that-
movie.
You
I
what?
absolutely Shazammed my way through this movie. I
What
I
this?
ended
What
up-
this?
I had over 30 songs now added to my Shazam history
Yeah.
because I just wanted to like get a sense of how often they were using a song that was like on the nose. And it actually wasn't as much as it felt. Like at the beginning of this movie, I actually said out loud, "Oh, this is a music video movie." And it kind of is.
It absolutely it's
like-
it's somewhere between a music video and a musical. It's got a little bit of the dancing. It's
I don't even know what to compare it to. Like I know that he's not new to this idea of making his films kind of musical or kind of have a beat to it. Even Hot Fuzz and
Well,
Shaun
that
of the Dead and all
the
that.
whole scene in Shaun of the Dead with Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now."
Yeah, exactly. So he loves that. Obviously, it's sort of his calling card, and I respect him for it. But I don't know anyone else who'd do this as well. Like this feels like, hey, who do you get to make a movie like this? Well, you get Edgar Wright to do it, and he wrote it, so it's not like anyone else was going to write this. But I think that he is exceptionally Edgar Wright in this, or in his direction, and I love it. It makes me want more of this. Things kind of went quiet for him after this movie for a while. There's something he's working on. A Running Man remake.
Oh, really?
Wait.
That's just what we need.
I need that. I want.
It is
that.
all we
You know what?
need.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
I'm signing up now.
See, he's
wait.
one of those directors when he tells you he's doing a thing, you go, "Oh, I don't care what he's remaking. That guy's
Exactly,
awesome."
yeah. Like if it was, if it was Paul Feig saying I'm doing a Running Man remake, we'd probably be like, all right, I'll see it. I'm a little nervous about it, but
Okay, I agree with you, but you're giving all the credit to Edgar Wright, and you should for this movie. I'm saying that if this had been a remake of Gone in 60 Seconds, I don't think I would have loved it as much.
Well, yeah, but he's never going to remake that. That's like interesting to him. That's all his projects, including other scripted stuff that he didn't write or things he adapted, like Scott Pilgrim. These things are like iconic, but not because of what they're about. It's his take. The way he decides to make these movies is what I'm looking for. So he could say, "Well, I'm going to make a remake of The Queen," and I'd go, "Sweet." Like
Sure.
I'm in. I'm in on him.
But didn't he
Featuring
say
music
I'm gonna
technique.
take a Simon and Garfunkel song and turn it into a movie? Isn't that based? Because I didn't even know this is because I was so annoyed by the name of it. I'm like, oh, this does not represent the movie really. Baby Driver.
And I will bet you this movie makes a lot more money at the box office if it has a better name. I'll bet you a
probably.
lot of people walked
Probably.
right past it because of the name.
Maybe.
Really quick before we get too far away from the Running Man. So the original came out in 1987, was about 2025, which is next year.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
The new version Also 2025.
Oh,
It's going to be
nice
released
tie-in.
in 2025, but still, according
I
to
like
IMDb, says the futuristic United States of 2025
Yeah.
when the world has become a dystopia.
I'm fine with that. It's
Wow,
whatever
boy,
they want to
they
do.
nailed it, didn't they? They knew exactly.
Yeah.
I know
In fact, I gotta
they're
go
bigger.
Get ready for my. I gotta go get ready for
Back
my kiss.
Yeah.
From Dawson. So
the big
right back.
the big question is, does he decide to go closer to the Stephen King short story, or does he decide to
Right.
be
Oh,
more
he
like the cheesy?
You gotta take a different route completely. There's not. I mean, people love that movie, but no one's.
Yeah, but
clamoring for
the
a
movie was never really
remake.
that well adapted to the book. The book is very
No.
different. So that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
it closer to the
Yeah.
book? My guess is no. It's probably closer to Edgar Wright's vision of
Yes.
a future like this, and there'll be a
It's
lot of
gonna be
music.
based
And,
on, it's going to be be based on the video game Smash TV, which
Yeah.
is really
There you
good.
go, which is the
All
same, yeah.
full circle. Yeah.
I'm in on that. I love that game.
Yeah.
It's such a good game. But yeah, like it's just he has a touch about him that is unlike any other directors working. In my opinion, I just don't
Yeah.
feel the way I feel in other movies that try to be Edgar Wright-ish. It's the same way like when Guy Ritchie is allowed to be Guy Ritchie and really do Guy Ritchie things. There's really nothing quite like it, competition wise, and that's how I feel about Edgar Wright movies. If he's given the keys, like he was supposed to do Ant-Man, and then they couldn't come to an agreement, and he's like, I don't have enough creative control, I'm out of here. I mean, I think that kind of tells you all you need to know about the guy. If he doesn't get to do it his way, then why are we making this movie? And I kind of agree. Like, let him do
This
it.
way or the Highway 20.
Let him cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This
Cook, baby.
cinematographer, Edgar Wright, worked with the legendary Bill Pope on this movie.
Mhm.
Bill Pope did the photography for Ant-Man.
Interesting.
This is our 5th Bill Pope movie, by the way, that we've sacked.
Mhm.
And
Legend.
I think we loved the visuals for the previous 4. Those were Fire in the Sky, Spider-Man 3, and Matrix 2 and Matrix 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy
good.
knows what he's doing.
Knows his stuff, yeah.
Bill Pope.
It's really good city stuff, like really great. I'm not going to say this is French Connection level car chases or anything, but it was pretty damn good. Like,
I don't know. I mean, the going backwards for such a long time through the parking garage, the whole figuring out that there are 2 other red cars that you can slip between, and then in a tunnel swapping positions with one of them. Is just so
I
good.
thought that's the stunt stuff was amazing, beautifully shot, and man, they threw me for a loop because we're watching this movie and I'm thinking, I got you figured out, movie. I know exactly what you're gonna do for the finale. And instead, they decided to go with a foot chase for a little while before then, and really set me up for how exciting everything is. And he's not just fast; he's fast always, whether he's behind the wheel or whatever. And it was a little more character development, and I was blown away.
yeah, but it's awesome because he's like, okay, don't go yet. Okay, go now.
Yeah.
Because I need to synchronize this with my music. And that may seem silly on the face of it, but the way the movie handles it, and that's kind of his superpower, is so great, dude. I freaking love that. And the editing's amazing, and the way that it never felt like when they were fighting it out with John Hamm toward the end. He's firing and shooting to the music, but not in a way that felt contrived or overly set up. It just felt natural, and it made me so happy.
I'm so glad it was John Hamm who ended up being the final foil essentially, because I swear he was fun enough that I could finally relax a little bit and enjoy it after the Jamie Foxx stuff, because the Jamie Foxx stuff was so deep and serious and real, and I'm like, I'm not having any fun anymore. This is just scaring the shit out of me.
John Hamm is focused evil, and Jamie Foxx is out of control evil, chaotic evil. Yeah,
Max! He is really. I mean,
Leon.
He goes from like kind of friendly early. He's the one that sort of got baby's back, and everybody, he's sort of chill. He's the voice of like, I'm not Barenthal. I'm pretty chill and normal, and I've got this amazing, beautiful wife, and we're in crime together. And he's just kind of got more of that. His stereotype changes because by the end, he is the most psychotic, freaky bastard. And I wasn't expecting it because I'm going into this going, oh, John Hamm, he's always a little uptight.
He's kind of the one who's on, who's got baby's back.
So, once again, there's a thing here, and we may as well call it a trope.
Here,
lots and lots of filmmakers have used this trope is everybody's got a color. And again, this could be bad. This movie could give them such colorful colors that you're only noticing that, right?
Yeah.
And you definitely notice that Bats is red. Bats is red. He's red all the time. And right before he dies, they pull up behind the post office, and you see some like tubes or whatever he's going to get impaled on, and there's literally a red flag hanging off of them. You're like, oh, that's going to kill Bats right there, you know?
Yeah.
And like that cynical take I just had, like I literally had it out loud while watching the movie. That's going to kill Bats. Look, there's a red flag hanging right there. But it's not so cynical that I'm calling it a mistake for the movie. I love it. The movie takes you there visually, and it bashes you a little bit, but it's not bad. It's a really good thing about
it lets you feel smart. It's like, oh, I see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, it lets you feel smart, but then it's executed in such a way that it's still a little shocking, surprising / I didn't quite see it coming in the way it came. And then adding that whole music aspect to it, like a major crescendo beat moment where that thing goes through Jamie Foxx's chest. It's like, holy shit. Like, okay, I knew something was coming, but I didn't see that coming. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was great.
I love their power struggle between Bats and Baby, because, you know, earlier on, you know, you definitely feel like Bats has the upper hand when it comes to capabilities possibly to murder or kill. And when he actually threatens Deborah at the cafe, man, and he grabs that gun, and that shot, just when they zoom in on that shot of the struggle with the hand struggle, it's like, wow. You know, I didn't consider Baby to be strong, but he is like stone cold, not letting that gun move.
Oh yeah. And when he made that flinch move toward him, when he wouldn't let go of the gun, oh man, dude, that was badass.
That's good. It's good.
I want more Jamie Foxx bad guy shit. I just want more of it. He
I don't know
stole,
if I can take it.
In some ways, he stole the movie. Like the heart of it is definitely Baby and the girl, and you know,
Elgort. Yeah,
Elgort's great in this, but I cannot think of better casting for Jamie Foxx's character. I really can't.
Was this the best? Is this the best Flea performance you've had on
Flea
on Film Sack?
Oh yeah, Flea.
Okay, obviously you forgot about him. Maybe not.
Well, what was the last? We had him on Film Sack for what was it?
Oh, he's been on
Getaway or
times.
something.
What was the movie? I don't remember.
Did we see the Getaway on here? Maybe we didn't.
This is our first time sacking a Flea movie.
No,
get out of here.
I know we've done one. We've had one. I know we've done Anthony Kiedis too. We've had more Chili Peppers than we think. It's got to be.
Anthony Kiedis was in one of those. He was. Wasn't Kiedis in that bad Uber driver thing?
No, he was. Oh, maybe, but he was in more famously the Keanu Reeves one, the Utah. Burger.
Right. Yes, the Point Break.
Point Break. Yes. Yeah. But I cannot remember. I know we've done Flea before. I will die on this hill.
We've had Fleas before. We've had it.
I'll die on this hill. I don't know what it is, but I'll die here. I'm sure of it.
I'm looking it up right now to see.
Yeah.
We haven't done Back to the Future 2.
Oh, shit. I know what it is. It's an MCU thing I saw with it, but that's why I'm thinking we saw it here.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
God, so this is the first Flea we've got? That seems impossible.
Flea was in, I think it was the Hawkeye show. I think he was a thug in that.
We saw him a couple years ago in Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's a really good.
No, that's what I'm thinking of. Shit. Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, Randy is absolutely correct. That is what I'm thinking of. All right, never mind. I will stop trying to prove Flea was.
I will get off the hill.
Lowdown? I don't know.
Never mind. No, never mind. We saw something that had a name like something Lowdown, but I guess not Lowdown.
Does Flea just go by Flea? He just goes by Flea, right?
Yeah. As far as I know.
Okay.
This is actually a movie where a lot of people we haven't seen a lot on Film Sack. This is only our second John Hamm movie.
Yeah.
And John Hamm, like, he's kind of the last 20 years, so he's a little offset from our timeline. But the guy makes a lot of movies, and we've only ever seen him previously in the A-Team. We've never seen John Bernthal. We've never seen Ansel Elgort. This is only our third Kevin Spacey movie.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot less.
He wasn't the Punisher in the Punisher we watched. Damn it.
Nope.
Correct.
Did you say this is our first Jamie Foxx or no?
Oh no, this is our fourth Jamie Foxx movie.
Okay.
He's the most.
Yeah. Drop Zone. Yeah. No. Drop Zone. What was the one with the?
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
The skydiving, not
Stealth.
Point Break.
Oh,
Stealth.
Stealth.
That was the
not
big one.
skydiving. It was just a
Stealth
plane
was
It was like skydiving.
That movie
you have
sucked
to
ass.
skydive from the plane that becomes sentient.
He wasn't the problem, but that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucked. Yeah.
It did. Come on, don't try to defend that
Oh,
one.
it
I
did
was gonna-
absolutely sucked.
I was gonna say it was fun.
No,
At least.
it's fun
But
for
that
us.
does not exclude it from sucking.
Yeah,
you
it was-
can still be fun and suck.
It was
at the same
fun for
time.
us, but
you
for
can
the
do
rest for the rest of the planet, I don't know, man. That movie.
Yeah.
Freaking Jamie Foxx, what a force! Like he's always good. He's an Academy Award nominee for a reason.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something here, something going on, some special sauce that I didn't want to end. Like I kind of want a spin-out movie, a prequel about his crime life.
Mm-hmm.
They're never doing it, but in my head, I want it. You know,
Doing it.
I mean, I probably don't actually want it because I don't think Edgar Wright would be directly involved, but or the right people or whatever. But I really, really, really was compelled by him. So if you ask me, he's MVP. But everybody else is also very good. We haven't talked about what's her name here. Hold on,
Elia Gonzalez.
Yeah, she's so good in Three Body
Isla
Problem.
Gonzalez.
I just became an
she
instant
is.
fan, and I didn't know she was in this. So this was great news.
And Asa Gonzalez is
That's it.
is Mexican, like 100% Mexican. She grew up in Mexico. I've never seen her do Spanish. I'm always like, sounds like an American to me. She's a really good actor for someone who's in her second language. You know?
Were you bummed? We only got a little Lanny June before we killed him off. He was barely in this thing.
Oh yeah,
he played JD, I guess.
The Asian criminal. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Hat. Yeah, Hat. Yeah.
I like that guy a lot.
I do too. And I was trying to. I feel like I've seen him in so many more things, but I looked through his list. Is like, okay, maybe I've seen him in one or two, but
yeah, not a lot.
You just
He's in.
He shows up.
He's in an episode of. There's even a picture of it. He's a cop in Big Bang Theory at one point. There he is.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he had something.
Lots of TV. He's always impressive on screen. I always see him like, oh, hey, there you are.
He's just a beast. He just looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in this was cool. And you know what? Here's the other great thing. I love me some heist movies. Don't care who makes them, what they are, whatever. I'm into a heist, whatever. Just bring it on. But this is such a cool twist on the heist formula because it has all the elements of the heist. The heists
We never see a
themselves.
heist.
No, we get it from his long view, car view sometimes. But even then, they shut the doors, and so he doesn't really see what's going on inside of there. But the heist itself is not really the focus here. So you still get the vibe of a heist movie with this whole other twist on it, different focus on it. And even though there are tropes there, like everybody doesn't trust each other. This guy is in charge, and now this guy wants to be in. Like all those things are there, but and the enigmatic boss back at home base who's telling everybody what to do. Like all these things are tropey and in there, but the way they're arranged on the board is wholly unique, in my opinion. They're just so great.
Heist movies, and that's an interesting way to mix it up too, because heist movies are very talky. They also have a lot of action, but in between they're very talky, and that's the opposite of what our primary character Baby is, except when he needs to be. So there's one scene that's pretty good when he has to. I guess he only had to learn like a page and a half worth of dialogue for this movie, but during that one scene where he's going back with Spacey and telling him everything about the plan, he has to go through a lot, and he nails it. And yes, it's real interesting. I always love the dialogue, the planning in heist movies, but they played it just right here. I didn't even care. I was like, oh, I hear you back there talking, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Let's try some more.
Yeah.
You're right. Spacey's whole thing about, holy shit, this whole time we've been talking, I've been drawing this entire plan out on the chalkboard.
Yeah, that was great.
That was funny.
That was really good. All little moments like that, like funny. The comedy in it is not overt and over the top ever. It's all very quiet and careful and observant. Like you're just observing something funny that's sort of funny, but not so funny that they're trying to make this a comedy action thriller. It's not that at all.
Yeah.
And most, you could look at Edgar Wright, some of it anyway, and go, I don't know, maybe this is true of all his stuff. Hot Fuzz has many funny moments, but it's also earnest, earnestly funny. Like Olivia Colman is weird in that movie, and she makes you laugh, but you're never once taken out by just errant comedy. You know,
Right.
it's just her. It's just her being this character, and I don't know. He's really good at getting that out of people. It may sound like I like Edgar Wright, and I guess it's true. I guess I do.
Yeah, it's but you don't have to apologize for that. And I loved watching Lily James and Ansel Elgort fall in love.
Oh yeah.
It was they had great chemistry.
Great
on
chemistry.
screen. That
Really
and
good,
the and the scenes they were, since they really didn't have the ability to really enjoy like some romantic date, even though they did go one time, like the laundromat scene with all the colors separated and stuff.
Yeah,
it
each
could have
machine having a different color in it.
Yeah, it
yeah.
could have been ridiculous, and I could have said, this movie's just.
Yeah.
But it was good.
It
It
worked.
added to the flavor.
Yeah, it worked.
The colors. I mean, this is the motif of the film, right? That everybody
Yeah.
has a different color, and the colors can burst out. Like there's more than one scene where
But
you
they can
see
never
Lily James,
intermingle.
and she's surrounded by color. Like there's more than once. She's a rainbow all around her, but she's generally yellow. She wears yellow for most of the movie.
Yeah.
And and our main character is in gray, right? So like everybody else has a color. His boss has the color green, and John Hamm is blue, and so on. But he doesn't have a color, and he's gray. And it's like you spend the whole movie going, well, why is he so different than all this? And then at the end of the movie, he does his time, and he gets his Hollywood ending, and he's in white. And it's like, oh, he got cleaned.
He came back. He's Gandalf the White. Sweet.
Yeah, he's getting off the white now.
Yeah. I've emerged.
Their decision to have them not just drive off into the sunset and actually get busted was such a great thing, because it had this amazing music back. I mean, it's the most montagey of the movie. There really were no montages till then, and it really just paid off. It just felt good. It felt right. He knew he had to just, at some point you can't just run. So I'm going to do my time. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to get out in 5 years. I assume that was 5 years later, because that was the first Pearl he could have.
Yeah.
And
who knows? We think it might have been a dream sequence. That man never even happened. I don't know. Anyway,
I read some of that. There are theories about that. But I don't know. I just thought it was beautiful the way it ended.
Yeah.
And I bought it. And
it was very dreamy. Like after the point where they get away, like it may have been a dream sequence. It may have been like his final thoughts, right?
Yeah. It could have been.
I would love it.
It's fine if it is.
You know what's great?
But I choose not to believe that. I choose to believe that it happened.
Let me tell you the great thing. When you have a villain that you need to kill, and you think you've driven his car over the edge of a giant parking space, and he has gone down with it and been smashed, the best way to kill him, because you know that he's going to show up later. You knew it. You were like, well, he got out, because you saw the door open last second. You're like, well, I'm going to see John Hamm again. They weren't really hiding it. He's just like, okay, he's going to survive, and they're going to have to fight again. Here's the best part of that. You already had the car go over. It's already on fire. Let's have John Hamm go over again and land directly into the place he was supposed to die in the first place. Amazing.
Let's fix this.
Amazing.
The only thing we were missing was having C.J. Jones show back up and hit somebody in the back of the head. So that was the only thing that I missed.
Right. This is Baby's foster father, right?
Right. Foster father. That's all they said. They didn't explain any more than that. Just foster father.
But the one thing we know about him is that he's deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, when I first were introduced to him, and the whole story is about Baby having really terrible tinnitus and having to listen to music to quiet his brain and so forth. When they introduce us to Joseph and he's deaf, I'm like, oh, movie, this is not this is too obvious. But then it only plays with it a little bit throughout the movie.
They subvert it.
It's never a big damn deal.
They subvert it. It's very good. And he's an actual deaf actor. There was a whole bit of trivia about how Edgar Wright was very uncomfortable with every audition for that role where the people they were faking deaf, and he just could not figure out why he hated it. He was like, I don't like this. In this interview I read, and he says, so we're gonna hire the deaf guy, and I think that was the right thing to do. I thought that guy was great. I think it really helped set up Elgort as he's doing criminal behavior, but his heart was always in the right place. This isn't somebody who's turned around. Like most movies, it's like, oh, well, he's had a change. He's different now. He's experienced these things. He's always been this sweet, kind, broken person. And then, of course, he's going to do the right thing. So when he's helping him, giving him cash, saying, get out of here, you need to be safe, whatever, I'm not questioning it at all, because I'm like, that's who that character is. He would have done that. He would have given that lady her purse back, because that's the right thing to do. He would have given the baby to the other lady.
On the street. the lady in the street. Sometimes you get the occasional amazing actress that shows up in the middle of a movie, and she was just so much fun, and I
Yeah.
loved her being in there
What
and getting
the
the first back. Her reaction, what the?
Yeah, she was awesome. She was
so
great. Just little things
me
like that, little touches that just add
Right.
to it. You know,
This deaf actor we're talking about, C.J. Jones. This is his first movie, and
Okay.
they digitally made his eyes blue throughout the movie
No.
because again, this movie is all about colors. And in this case, Baby and
Oh.
his foster father wear gray for the most of the movie, but they made his eyes blue so you could associate him with that color.
Mm.
And throughout the whole movie, you're just like, so is Baby going to choose the person who loves him and that he's taken care of, or is he going to choose the dark side? Yeah, right.
Right.
And like that color blue, and in the end, we get to see we see the flashy blue eyes when he is left at the old folks' home.
I'm assuming that's what that was because they didn't have a sign out front. But I was like,
It's some kind of care
somebody's
center
house?
or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Facility. Yep. Absolutely.
We assume it was a nice one. You know.
A nice one, yeah.
With all that money, it better be.
Yeah.
That filthy money.
Yeah.
That filthy, dirty money.
That dirty
I love
money.
that, that basically you imagine what happens the next day is when people show up there, he hands them the recording and they have to listen to it and say, okay, I guess we're staying here now.
Yeah. Where you live.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It was super
What if they
interesting.
don't have an open room?
Yeah, right.
For that kind of money, somebody's getting kicked out.
Yeah. Sorry, Gladys. There's a new kid in town. Get out of here.
You're out of here. Gladys.
Yeah, it's gotta. Some of that stuff is like, I don't know how to put it. It's like obvious. This is what I love about his filmmaking. Some of that stuff just seems obvious. Like, well, of course, it's gonna stuff some money in there. It's gonna take him to the place. It's tropey, but it felt new and fresh. I don't know how you do that. Like that's hard to do in a movie. I think. I don't know.
I think
just
when you
adored
have, I think it's fresh when you have interesting characters doing something. I think that's what makes it feel fresh. It's like,
I
oh,
think
these
so
characters
too,
feel real.
Yeah.
And
It's also if you look at it, you look at all his movies. This is one of the most subdued. Funny enough, like the stuff Brian, Ibit was talking about earlier with like obvious on screen, text or flashes of graphics or whatever. If you go watch Scott Pilgrim, it's loaded with that on purpose because it's based on a thing that's like that. And I would even say like Hot Fuzz and others, they're a little bit more overt about the visuals. This was more like, this is normal visuals, but it's all synchronized to this theme of music, and that's where that's where this time that outrageousness comes from. It's not that outrageous, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I love the perfect balance of it. Really nailed it.
Seen through Baby's eyes, right? And so I really dug that. I really didn't appreciate his full vision until probably the first scene when Kevin Spacey's character Doc calls for the second heist, when things turn. So the first heist, you got a cast of characters who were, they're criminals and a little bit abrasive, but you feel like they got each other's back. And so Baby's getting that second call from Doc, and when he does, for the first time they really light Baby's face with a light that shows off the scars that he had from the accident with his mom.
Right.
And man, that when I was like, oh, okay, we're going there, and it took a dark turn after that, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah,
it was good.
Just the right balance, right? Just the balance. If there's anything I can say about the movie, it's just that it has incredible balance of story and ideas, and subverting some of those tropes. And I'm gonna have a hard time shutting up about it. I really
Audra had to leave. I watched this with my partner, and she had to leave because it was actually a good thing because she left, and I put my headphones on her at this point. It was really good. She has tinnitus. And so some of the some of the things they were doing on screen for us to understand what it feels like to have that, it was quite abrasive to her. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just put my headphones on. It was good.
I'm like on the scale of tinnitus that like if the scale is like at 7 and above, you can't go to sleep because your ears are ringing so loud. I'm like a 6. And there were several scenes in this movie where I was like, whoa, you are trying to hurt me, movie. I need you to
Right.
stop this.
Well, yeah, because they do
understand
that
why.
thing where this happens in a lot of movies where you have like a big grenade that goes off or a gun's too close to their head. I was watching Fury Road again, and there's a scene where Furiosa fires the gun on Max's shoulder, and there's a moment or there's a period of, that sound.
Yeah.
This movie had a bunch
muffled.
of that. Yeah. So if you're sensitive or that triggers people, I could see that being really annoying.
Yeah.
There's a few of those. And when when he does it to him on purpose, though, gives him the tinnitus.
That was like that, because we were worried about Lily James' character because we had an attachment to her, a romantic attachment. But the real thing is, oh wow, you just took away his one thing he has.
Exactly. And even says,
escape.
I'm going to take away the one thing you love, and takes away his hearing. Yeah.
Rough, dude. Rough.
I was curious if Audra leaving also was a combination of the gore, like the R-ratedness of the movie.
She's not usually down with the gore. Actually, we had not even gotten to the gore yet. We were still having fun. We were still on the first team. So there was.
I didn't find it that gory. The only gory bit was, what's his name getting run through? What else?
There's. Edgar Wright wants to make an R-rated movie. He does not like. I've wondered what it would be like if these were all PG-13 movies, right? Like if he kept it, to PG-13. But this is a guy who really revels in people cursing a lot, and when someone gets shot in the head, you see the blood splatter and so forth. Like
it's brief, but you see it.
For sure. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Is it didn't feel like. There wasn't a lot of
Gratuitous.
close up like gratuitous gore. It just felt like there were a couple of far away like pap shoot the guy in the head, blood goes places.
That's it. Pap pap.
Who's the guy? Who's the dude from what's his name? He in the last Daft Punk album, he did like a track in there, and he's the weird country singer from
Pharrell
the 70s.
Williams.
No. He was the guy that was selling him guns. Shit. What's his name?
Oh, you talk about the bad guy, the Doc's
Nile Rodgers?
equivalent.
No, it's the guy that wrote all those Muppet songs.
Oh, in this movie,
Paul Williams.
In this movie.
Paul-
I was
Paul
hoping we
Williams.
wouldn't bring him up until Star Trek Connections. All right, let's talk about Paul Williams.
All right, Paul Williams is in this very briefly, and I didn't know he had anything to do with Star Trek, but his he showed up in Goliath. Remember that show Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah.
I really like when he does this stuff. It's not enough though.
I do too. It's like it's so different from, like you say, as we grew up, we watched him on the Muppets, and I think he even co-wrote Rainbow Connection.
Rainbow
I think
Connection,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of that
And,
stuff he wrote. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggie though. But having him be this like little squirrely gun dealer dude, I love it.
Describing guns as cuts of pork.
Yeah.
It was weird, and I appreciated it.
He was little Enos in Smokey and the Bandit.
I forgot about it being little Enos.
Yeah, it's the one that
I forgot about that.
What's his name kept calling it, you dumb some bitch or whatever. Jackie Gleason, Buford T. Justice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he was on the Love Boat the next wave. Ibit. Oh, in the regular Love Boat many times.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
He composed
a ton. Are you kidding?
Did he compose the theme music?
Oh, really?
Get out of here.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah,
he did. Look, this guy
wrote the Love Boat.
He wrote all the
all
the Muppet Christmas Carol songs were him. All the Secret of NIMH music was him. This guy was a busy dude. He did shit.
Yeah.
He was music supervisor on A Star Is Born, the old one though, the 70s one.
Man.
Yeah.
Not
And
the Judy
one
Garland
time-
one, but the Barbara Streisand, Chris Christopherson one.
Yeah.
The butcher.
One time he joked that he was John Williams' little brother. They are not related.
He just messing with people. I love
I'd
it.
say it's more like he's related to Andy Williams.
Yeah,
The
he and John Williams worked together on a movie called Cinderella Liberty, and they got a Academy Award nom for that.
Oh.
And he is not John Williams' little brother, but you could imagine it.
I
kind of
totally see it. Yeah.
similar.
But Yeah, he's just I don't know what it is about him. I just like him. He's tiny. He's a little tiny
great.
man. He's coming out going, here are my guns. I'm going to talk about them like they're meat because I don't want anyone to record this call. And,
And super well dressed. Like,
Yeah. And he turned out. So I guess.
Was he super well dressed or was he dressed like Boss Hog from the Dukes of Hazzard?
There was a
I would
little
call
of
that
that.
super well dressed. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Horsehead got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Horsehead. There's another note here. It says, we talked about the Mike Myers thing, but this part's kind of interesting. They were supposed to be the Mask, as we know, the Halloween series. Edgar Wright then reached out to his comedian friend Mike Myers, because I guess they were buddies, about using masks of his likeness instead. So they did get permission. He thought the scene was funny and gave his blessing. This is ironic because the original Mike Myers masks were also obtained without getting the proper permission. John Carpenter bought a William Shatner Captain Kirk mask, messed it up, and that's how you got it. But he never got permission for the original, and now everyone wants permission for it. That's freaking funny.
Can we please
have... When he asked Mike Myers if he could do that, do you think Mike Myers said, "Yeah, baby,
yeah, baby"? It's according what 2017. What we had said was he the love guru in that point in time?
Long gone love guru. He was probably doing that Gong Show thing where he was the weird the old British guy with the.
Where no one knew for a while that it was him.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
It was so weird.
It's like
so Andy Kaufman though, which is great.
Yeah. I like that.
Speaking
anybody, yeah.
I just want to call out Sky Ferreira as his dead mom. He has these dreamy memories of his mom, and we see
nightmares.
We see Sky Ferreira's face in a lot of them, and so Sky Ferreira was cast as the most beautiful face, in the movie.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was really, really cool. I just like every time I saw, because like we're going back in time, so it makes sense that she's like 24 or something. But it's weird. Like it's beautiful and strange, and then we
what am I supposed to know her from, by the way? I don't know her at all.
You probably, she's a music, you might
singer,
don't know.
She sang
either
stuff?
know or don't know.
Okay. I know there's
her
a
singing easy in the on the tape, by the way, in the truck that they're listening to.
Oh, right. That I figured. But I also I went and found she's in a video for Vampire Weekend. Yes, the name of that song, Diane Young or whatever it's called. Or no, wait. Is that right? Anyway.
Sounds right.
So I was like, I guess she's just like musician girl, but then she's in tons of stuff, just stuff I haven't seen, like Vampire Academy. I don't know what Reptile is. That's a new thing she's in.
I don't know, but I want to see Reptile. That looks 6.8 on IMDb.
It's not super
it might
high.
Be interesting.
Could be
It's got her good buddy Del Toro.
Yeah.
Benicio.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake, your good buddy. It's got to be May. Yeah, he's in there. Oh, Alicia Silverstone. She's done feeding her kids with her own mouth. She's in movies again.
Okay, I don't know what that reference
Chewing up her
is,
food like a baby bird and feeding it to her kids.
Yeah, Ibbot knows. It used to be a big topic on the morning show. It was like, who is doing this with their kids? She is.
The only remaining note I have, any of you immediately go up and look up a Caliphone Cardmaster, the thing he uses in his bedroom to make the was he slow? Whoop. Was he slow? Was he slow? Yeah.
They used the R word.
What was the what's that? Is that a real thing? That's a thing you can do?
That's a real thing. Yeah. So that is a thing that I think is more used for education, so you can learn phonetics and words and phrases and things like that. But basically you've got these cards that you record to, and then you can write things on them to say, okay, this is how you do this sound, and then you can hear what that sound sounds like.
No,
but he's using it to go
no surprise. Brian over here was having a great time at Baby's apartment with all
I'm sure all his retro tech,
and all of his wild ass electronic musical instrument stuff for experimentation. Oh, I loved it. I was like, oh yeah, get more of this. Had that little, what do they call the little thing? The little, I'm blanking on it for some reason right now, but it's the one with the stylus, and you can drag it across the electronic board, and it makes all kinds of.
Oh, I have one of those. It's a stylophone.
Is it a stylophone? That sounds right. That sounds right, and it sounds wrong.
That should be right. Like, think about it: stylus and a mega xylophone, stylophone.
Yeah, stylophone. That's it.
Stylophone. Yeah, I have one right.
For some reason, it sound right.
I was gonna say right here, but it's over there.
Fairly inexpensive. You can pick one up now for $34.
How do you record? Does it send audio out of it and you record it, or you do it as a regular instrument, or how's it?
It's just got a speaker. Just little speakers.
That's interesting. I'd never seen one till this movie. That was new to me.
Yeah,
a
a lot of cool stuff.
I like how
Batteries
double.
are still good in this one.
I like how double his retro is. So he is both into this old way of making tapes, and he's got all this tape collection, but he's also using an old ass iPod Pro or whatever the hell those were called with a little color screen.
Right.
He's got two of those, and this is 2017. We got phones. It's not a problem, but he's a criminal. He's got to use these burners, and they're all crappy flip phones. So he's like digital nostalgia and old school analog nostalgia at the same time, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. And that easy like a Sunday morning walking out after he has to drop off Hat's body.
So good.
Man.
So good.
That was woo.
See, that's the other thing. People always rave about this soundtrack, and I agree with it, but I also don't think the soundtrack by itself is like special.
Yes.
It's just how it's used here is what makes it great. Yeah.
Yes and no. I decided just to listen to the soundtracks available on iTunes, but it's not like here's the Baby Driver music from the motion picture song list. It's almost like a playlist that's been pulled together with all those individual albums. So it tells you the album that these things originally came from. And like Egyptian reggae, I've been a Jonathan Richman fan forever, and we haven't seen him on Film Sack, but if you've seen There's Something About Mary, he's the Greek chorus in that film that walks around and sings all the parts of it.
And that was the third thing I Shazammed. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really? The Egyptian reggae? Yeah, that was a good one.
Shazam!
But I listened to this in the car yesterday. I did a little driving for Lyft, and it was all I could do not to
speed.
Not to go.
Makes you want to stick. That's the thing about Baby Driver. You need a stick to really enjoy your music.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
And I, repressed the urge to go, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you the fabulous bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms.
Yeah, man.
I actually regret that I didn't Shazam everything, because there were some things I just knew instantly, and so I didn't even hit the Shazam button. And like one of them really blew my mind. There's a scene where Baby is being more and more threatened, or he's in his own head feeling threatened, and it just uses the first 25 seconds of Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf, which is just a bunch of noise.
It's noise, yeah.
And as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, I know that song. And I was expecting the rest of the song. And we don't get that.
Dream.
We do not get that.
I'm kind of bummed they used the US single version of Hocus Pocus by Focus, which I think is one of the weirdest and greatest instrumentals of all time.
Same notes.
I was going to be really impressed for a second there, Brian, with your... because
I wanted to go with you.
It's the UK version that everybody knows that has the whistling and the yodeling, the yodel, but the US version just is. It feels like a bad remake. Is what it does.
Well, and that made me. There were a bunch of these. Like the version of Radar Love was the single version, and so on. And so like I only know that because I Shazammed them, and I'm like, I wonder what that's about. Like, yes, I get that Edgar Wright and the producers are making very intentional choices. I just don't. I would like to understand what those intentions are. You know?
Yeah. He.
It could even just be a licensing issue. Like it costs X amount to license this version,
right?
This other amount to license this other.
Oh yeah, I wondered about that. That's probably part of it. And they did that pretty deftly, because that's usually something I notice and hate. It's like, pay for the real thing, and this
used a real garbage cover of Every Time You Go Away at the end of this great Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Way to screw it up.
Yeah, but at least in this case, it's like, oh, they're so quickly moving on to the next thing. You don't really have time to think about it. You know. Yeah, I really like that, and I also like his. I filled in some blanks, and I like when a movie does that for me. The blank filling in came with, all right, so he's really into music. Well, why? And what is it about driving? And why did that happen? Well, okay, it was in this accident with his parents who were yelling at each other, and then they slammed into the semi.
If you only had more control, right? If you only had the ability to control.
Exactly. That is exactly it. So I was filling in all these blanks about why he is so good at what he's doing for these guys, and why the music helps him do it. Like, there's a really fun, like, get in your own head about it that the movie does really well, and I admire that a lot. I wish more movies did that to me. I don't need everything explained to me. Give me bits and bobs, and then I can like assemble it. And this movie was great at that.
Like I've said before, I just appreciate when a movie lets me feel smart, even though just anybody could put it together, but you feel like you've done it. You're like, oh yeah, I put that together on my own. You didn't have to shove it in my face.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
By the way, why didn't that semi truck have a Mansfield bar? I don't know.
I thought the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, Randy. I was like, what the?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm going on a trip with everybody today. If you get excited about it, I'm gonna come right along with you.
Yeah, you're with us. You're with us the whole way. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Everybody knows what a Mansfield bar is?
No.
I'm assuming it's something to keep that bullshit from happening.
Yeah. In 1967, Jane Mansfield died running into the back of a truck.
I never knew it was called a Mansfield bar.
And suddenly everybody started putting these bars that hang down from the back of a trailer like that.
Yeah.
So that you won't drive up under it and die.
Yeah. It looks like this here. I'll put an image in our thing. That's
just a picture of Jane Mansfield. Get out of here with that.
Oh, what a disgusting picture of Jane Mansfield post.
Right, it's ridiculous.
I mean, it still seems like you're gonna, hit that pretty hard.
Die.
It's gonna be a problem, but I guess they, that's why you have crumple points in cars and things like that. These things work themselves out. But yeah, I didn't know it was named after her though. I'd heard of it.
Yeah.
I that's crazy. I mean, a lot of stuff we do is named after people, right? Asperger's, for all its shitty use cases, making fun of it and whatever. Guy's name was Asperger's or Asperger's or whatever. So we like doing that, and that's fine. Mansfield Bar. If I run into one, I'm gonna go Jane or something.
Jane, stop this crazy thing.
That's right. Any other thoughts before clips? Anybody got anything?
Oh my gosh, this movie, we could go on for days on this movie. It's just,
I agree.
It's just a master class in how to make a cool ass movie like
I've already set up so my wife gets home from her 2-week awayness tonight, and I've already told her that before too many days pass, we are sitting down and watching this again. I'm so watching this with her. Yeah. I feel bad we didn't see it in 2017. That's how into this I'm going to be for a while. I really liked it.
I really wanted more of the iPod collection, though. I really wanted to see his full collection. We got to see his mixtape collection, which was cool, but I didn't understand. And like, what you going to do with that? Are you going to transfer those to something? You can't. You don't even have a cassette player for that thing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I wanted to see the iPod collection.
Yeah.
Well, we get to see his sunglasses collection too. When
That's
he gets
true.
one knocked off his face. It just reaches in his pocket and pulls out another one.
Yeah.
I got more.
That's true, and those are hard to get. You have to.
Yeah, those Ray-Bans. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, and the iPods too, for that matter. Like, who the hell has that one? I don't.
Yeah.
Anymore. I used to.
Not Brian. Surely not me.
I'll bet Ibbot does. Ibbot has a ton of that crap. Right? You kept all your iPods. Right.
I do. I still have a drawer full of them. Yeah.
I still use
the exact one that black one with the slide wheel. I still have it.
Yeah.
I now have a 17-year-old shuffle that I still use because the headphones that go with it, they only go with that. I can't use them with anything else.
Oh wow. Well, then we're all doing the Lord's work here.
One other note I had was fancy restaurant scene. Kevin Spacey's having a chat over in the corner with Big Boy and Killer Mike. Big Boy is famously from Savannah, Killer Mike famously from Atlanta. I just love the idea that they are just hanging out. They see a movie being made. They go and tell Edgar Wright, hey, let's walk onto your movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And usually usually Randy talks about locations and stuff, and I've seen a lot of stuff. We've all been to Atlanta, right? We've all been there
I've been there.
bit.
Yeah.
I know Ibbot has.
I have.
Been there a fair amount. Yeah. Went there. See, the first time I was in Atlanta, I think 88. We had a layover flight.
Junction.
Yeah. It's all cicadas now. I can't go there right now. It's all cicadas.
They've calmed down a lot. There's no.
Have they?
Pretty quiet
have we chilled out on the cicada?
They came out. They had some coffee. They made some love, and then they went all back in the.
All right. Well, good for them. And
I worked for a company when I lived in Austin that the owners of the company were headquartered in Atlanta. And I went there all the time and stayed at the Peachtree Plaza. That's just the most Atlanta name I can think of.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go then. This is now time for clips, everybody. Let's do some clips, and these are the clips I captured. I couldn't do a ton because a lot of music was playing, and it's going to get me in trouble. But I did a fair amount. So here's John Barenthal saying "ah" or "nah."
Nah.
That's a good nah.
Nah. Y'all.
Are you afraid of those zombies over there, John?
Nah.
He's not afraid of anything. Do your ears need their own trailer?
Nah.
Okay, great.
What if we talked about John Bernthal in before? What was our previous?
I mean, he comes up all the time on the morning stream, but as far as like other movies or things, I mean, he comes up with if you talk about, I guess, Breaking or Walking Dead, he comes up, but
Punisher,
it's just,
even though
Punisher.
Yeah, it's just weird. He's like he looms a lot larger than his actual work for some reason.
He's a very striking dude, you know.
Dude.
I like him a lot in everything.
He played Lee Iacocca in Ford v Ferrari, which I think that's funny because I think of John Bernthal as a thug and not Lee Iacocca.
I can't think of. Oh, I guess I haven't seen that, so I can't speak to it. Was he good in that as Lee Iacocca? Did he pull it off?
He's fine.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
All right.
But it's not, it's not.
I keep saying Barenthal, and Randy's right. It's Bernthal. I don't know why I do that.
Bernthal. I don't know, because we want to Berenstein it.
Yeah.
Berenstein.
Yeah, right.
It's just Bernthal. That's it.
Bernthal. John
Bernthal.
Yeah, you watch Ford v Ferrari for Christian Bale versus Matt Damon. That is just fun. Those two guys, man.
Yeah.
He was
They're
great
amazing.
he was real good in Fury, that tank movie. I liked him in that.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good in that.
Oh yeah. And by the way, when you said 2017, like best movies of 2017, I've got to convince you that Dunkirk was top 3 best movies of 2017.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I
So good.
just haven't seen it. But
All right.
yeah. But I'm sure it was. And freaking Christopher Nolan, he makes good movies. That guy. I think it's only one of 2 movies of his I haven't seen. I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen the new one. I still haven't seen Nuke Man movie. What's it called?
And when you do finally watch,
Oppenheimer.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you haven't seen like 2 of his 4 best movies. is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
correct. That is correct.
When you do finally watch Dunkirk, please do have an ear open for the sound design. It's
All right. I will have an ear open for that. Here's been calling baby.
I've been calling, baby.
I've been calling baby.
Calling baby.
Big eggs.
My chicken just laid a very big egg.
Yeah, it's more of that. Who doesn't like hats?
Who doesn't like hats?
Yeah. Was that's JD?
Who doesn't like hats?
Yeah, the Asian guy. He's
Was that Flea? Okay.
No, it's the Asian guy.
No. That was Hat.
Here's a big kiss sound that was a little gross. Nothing really grossed me out in this movie, but this was a little loud. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Some real suction going on there.
Was that
Can I
Baby
get
and
a-
Deborah, or who was that?
Baby
it was
and-
Ham and Darling.
I think so.
Oh, now that was rough. Yeah, where they were in the
Yeah.
elevator,
They're-
that grossed me out. I know they were acting.
All their TMI, man. Or not TMI, PDA.
Yeah, lots of personal digital assistants in there.
I want to go for an adjacent to what grossed out Scott the most.
Go.
Because I just had a feeling that you had feelings when this happened. The 2 pistols right up against Baby's ears going off and deafening Baby. It's not gross per se, but it's right next to it.
I hated
There's
it. I hated that bit. That really pissed me off because I just don't think that's cool at all to do.
It's like if it was
that's
a
not
DVD
cool.
with thrown it out in the snow at that point.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it's just such a it's the meanest thing you could do, especially because he was sympathetic to Baby's plight earlier. And now he's just shitting all over it in the worst way possible. And I understand. He lost his criminal wife. I get it. She was a hottie. I get it, right?
She was a dumbass. Who the hell stands facing straight up in the daytime and shooting at cops?
Yes.
What
Right.
a dumbass.
A
that woman.
sociopath who doesn't have any idea that they're, and they just think they're invincible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was bothersome. But also it made sense because, go out in a blaze of glory. I kind of get it.
Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
They grow up so freaking fast, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's Ariel
You
Gort.
can even hear that tinnitus there in there as well.
Oh, let's see.
They grow up so
Oh, yeah, dude.
They grow up so freaking fast, don't they?
Oh my gosh, that must really drive people crazy who have it.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't, now you know.
Yeah, I actually couldn't hear that
Now you
particular
know.
pitch. So
Yeah, it's also
nice.
I have less of a sensitivity to it. I used to be able to hear every little whine or pitch that anyone did, but I guess with age, your ears get less sensitive. And
then all they complained, and I was like, I can't hear you anymore.
I have this app
Not
that
me. I just pooped my pants. Thanks a lot for playing that.
oh, it was a brown noise for you. A brown note.
but the mosquito app.
My kid.
Yeah.
So I have my kids can all still hear everything that comes out of what's it called, the dog whistle app that we have, and so even at these highest levels, I don't hear it at all, like zero. But I love it because my kids are very sensitive to it. So I'll sit in a room with everybody and just flick that on, and they're all looking around like, "What the hell's going on?" It's a great joke around this house.
It's odd. I can't hear it, but I can sense it, if that makes sense. It's almost like a pressure change has happened in the room, and I'm like, okay, something's weird.
Yeah,
I can't hear the actual tone, but I can feel the pressure change. I'm like, oh.
I will probably regret bringing this up, but there are some things that I can hear with my eyes.
Ew.
Maybe
you weirdo.
Maybe let's just go on to the next subject.
I know what you mean, Randy. I can smell things with my eyes.
You're gonna walk in here, drop a bomb like that, and then not tell us any more about what you can hear.
I love that Dunaway's down for whatever this episode.
I know he really is.
I'm going with you. Let's get in this. Let's get in this thing and drive.
Yeah, let's get in this car and drive. Put it in reverse. All right, here comes the next clip, which is ooh fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Something on the phone?
Debbie, phone.
Oh, Debbie, phone.
Debbie, phone.
The guy that ran the cook there at the restaurant. He's a cranky
Mel?
old dick. Yeah.
His name wasn't Mel, but I felt like he was.
No,
Mel
but he was the Mel of that diner. I guess he's Bob. This is Bob's diner.
Bob's diner. Here's some talk about guns as if they were food.
We have only the finest cuts of pork.
Yeah, there he is. The finest cuts of pork. Some habits.
You rob to support a drug habit. I do drugs to support a robbery habit.
Yeah.
I didn't like that line. It
I
took me
liked
way
it.
too long to try to figure that out. What the fuck?
Yeah, what are you doing putting this mind bender in my movie? I'm like,
right.
I was taken out of the next. I don't have no idea what happened after that. That's all I could think about.
Well, it came out of a brilliant actor's mouth. That's all I care about. Bananas. Yeah, bananas. All right, finally, something about a Ouija board.
The only way they can ID us is with a Ouija board or some shit.
Or some shit. That's right. You tell us.
I'm sorry, what?
The only way they can find us is with a Ouija board or some shit, he says.
That was not a very clear line. Thank you.
I love it. All right, that's that. Oh, we got a film sack checklist. The movie further instills my need for a Subaru WRX in my life. Absolutely. Check. I love those cars. They're awesome. Fast little buggers.
Some really great cars in this movie. Baby has an affinity for Cadillacs, and so do I.
Yeah.
There's some Dodge product, a Dodge Charger, I guess. It's a Dodge Charger that he ends up driving like crazy.
One time when he steals from the no goodniks in the back alley who were vaping.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool car. I do like that he seemed to early on at least have a penchant for
the classics.
Also small Japanese compacts. Like he just seemed to be into
Subarus and stuff.
Yeah, and I think a Subaru is underrated. I'm a big fan of those things.
Yeah, people
What are they
like
doing?
Subarus.
They should do an EV. What's the deal with them? Maybe they are.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising because that is the patron saint car of Boulder, Colorado. Everybody in Boulder drives a Subaru, and none of them have quite found the gas pedal.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
That's like Park City here. Same thing.
Is Subaru an Australian company, or is that just all the marketing?
No, they're very, very Japanese. Turns out.
I just scrubbed to it so I could see for myself again. That was a Dodge Challenger, the red sports car that he immediately smashes up after stealing it from two guys.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of smashing up, there's a Infiniti G35 that gets put into a car crusher, and I don't know why that makes me really sad every time I see a car get crushed.
Yeah, I don't like seeing cars get crushed. It's got a dude fleas inside that car, or whoever it was.
No, it was Hat.
Hat was in the car. Right.
Yeah.
Where was Flea? Is Flea a chick in the bucket? What happened to Flea?
He fled.
Flea may be our chicken.
Flea fled. I'm sorry, Flea fled.
Flea fled.
That's amazing.
Flea fled.
Thank you for catching that.
Yeah, that was great. I want to put that on a tombstone or something. Flea fled. When he dies, Flea fled.
Flea fled.
But don't die, Flea. We like you. You're cool. You seem good. All right. Except for that time you were naked at Woodstock 99. Don't ever do that again.
Then we really liked you. Do it again.
Don't ever do it again. Never again.
He's wearing a bigger sock than Anthony Kiedis.
That's right. Music never played a cooler part in a movie. Check. That's possible. It was real good.
Wow. I got to think about this.
Yeah,
Hold
do
on.
some thinking. It's pretty good, though.
Okay.
It's hard to think of another.
It is definitely up in the high end. I haven't analyzed it myself, but
I can't. I'd have to really dig. It's hard for me. Like, there are many great soundtracks that enhance a film. Don't get me wrong. You know, if you take John Williams, anything he does, you take Junkie XL with Fury Road. Like, they make some things better than they ever were going to be. But in this case, as like a plot device, name a better use. I can't.
Right. So you got to make a distinction between a plot device and the point of the movie, right? So like Purple Rain is not what we're talking about. We're talking about movies like Pulp Fiction, where the music is used to support what the characters are doing.
Right. That's a good way of putting it.
I know. I think of Night Ranger, Boogie. So the scene in Boogie Nights with Doc Ock and Sister Christian. That's where the music plays a role in the movie.
Well, the whole movie. No, Boogie Nights is full of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Almost Famous is another one, but that's a little bit over on the Purple Rain side, though. It's because it's about a band, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. But these are
Layla and Goodfellas.
Oh, this is a whole pot. We need to do a whole episode.
This is a round table. Yeah, stick a pin in it.
Yeah, put a pin right there. What else? Let's see here. Oh, that's it for that. Oh, my final one was, why is Jamie Foxx not top billed? I don't know, but also check.
Yeah, he was killing it.
He was unbelievably good.
But once again, like I said, I was so glad when he was dead, though, because it took so much pressure off me.
Good point. Let's do the Star Trek connections. Randy, you mentioned Paul Williams, but is there anybody else? Or,
that's it. That's our one in this whole movie. We have one guy. So his character name was the Butcher in this movie. And I mean, of course it is. Although I personally was a little annoyed when we get back to Kevin Spacey and he's like, they were my cops.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something annoying about that. But anyway, Paul Williams plays the Butcher. He's awesome. And when Jamie Foxx shoots him, I laughed out loud. I literally laughed out loud. I thought that was that funny.
Yeah.
He was in one episode of Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, wow.
Way back in 2000, there was this
He was a
episode
Muppet.
called Virtuoso. And so, of course, he was in an episode called Virtuoso where he's a music appreciator.
Yeah.
Right.
He was one of these, he was like the leader of these aliens that the Voyager comes across who are, they really, really like music. And they find out that the doctor, Dr. Picardo, what's his name? Robert Picardo.
Yeah, he's just called the doctor, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they find out that he's an amazing singer.
I just watched this episode like last week on guess what? Pluto TV.
Oh, Pluto TV. Oh, they have a great Star Trek channel where they just run and run and run Star Trek.
They do Generation and then they do original series on that one channel.
So now do you remember little Paul Williams from that episode?
I do now.
Yes, I actually do.
He was a wee little man.
Wee little man.
Tiny little boy.
The butcher.
I've got lots of guns here that sound like pork. All right. Let's get
Government
to the
spending is what it's all about.
That's right. Star Trek grade. I'm going to give the Star Trek grade. What am I saying? Sound track grade. Jeez. I'm going to give it an I for impeccable. I loved every second of that. All the music used, everything about it. It's amazing.
I would say it's peccable.
It's pretty peccable.
Impeccable.
I guess the point, now you're making me question that phrase. Impeccable. Because peccable, the opposite of impeccable would be peccable. So peccable must not be good. We don't want to peck at it, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I want to be peccable.
All right. Well, it's definitely not peccable then. All right. Let's get to the social media post. This is where in 80 characters or less, you guys sum up the movie. Beep, boop, beep, bop, boop, beep. Reboot me.
I just want to say, before you introduce me, I'm just looking at this for only the second time. I wrote it when I was sober drunk. And
nice.
I don't recognize what I wrote, so I just give me a little leeway here.
All right, whatever you want to do. So let's start with Randy.
Baby Driver Don't deprive her, you white squire 85er, loose live wire, gapped incisor. When you finally let go and simply do what's right, you mad survivor, set John Hamm on fire, and into the sunset you'll retire.
Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty good. I don't think you were drunk
Yeah.
sober at all. I think that was good.
No.
Let's now move on over. Let's pass the piece down the table to Brian Dunaway.
Oh, I think you ought to take this. Baby Driver, last seen heading west on 20 on a streaming service we can't afford with a friend's updated password that we don't have, and we're going to keep on watching and never stop. You in?
Yeah.
Hashtag drive fast.
Yeah.
Because hashtag speed turn spacey on. Hashtag bananas.
Yeah.
Hashtag gross.
All right. I think I like that. That was good. Finally, Brian Ibbett.
Baby Driver, the best song-timed robbery movie I've seen since Hudson Hawk.
Oh! Slurp my butt. Man. No, that's great.
Wow. How long has it been since we did that one? That's
first year,
that's gotta
right?
Be 10 years.
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, first year, I think. I think it was first year. Let's see. Do I still have Slurp my butt? I think I do.
Slurp.
Yeah, here it is.
Slurp my butt.
It's from that movie.
And I will use that occasionally in casual conversation, and people really do not appreciate it.
Really? I'm so surprised. Wow. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I can't believe Grandma wasn't down with Slurp my butt.
Yeah.
At the recent picnic.
Right.
The recent picnic.
At the most recent picnic.
The most recent picnic. Grandma had a problem. All right. Moving on then. Nicely done. The alternative titles were just handed to me. Oh, wow. This is crazy. This was almost called Don Draper, Muhammad Ali, and Chili Pepper Go to the Bank Robbing Together. That's a great title. I think they should have done that. Or We Got a Bad Casey of Kevin Spacey. All right. Email times. This is email times. A dark time for all of us. Let's do this email. This is from, let's see who sent this in. Oh, okay. Here's a random one. This is a text, actually. It says, there's no name. It says, was Scott trying to remember Taye Diggs? He's very handsome and was hysterical in Malibu's Most Wanted. Yes,
Like
that was the very good-looking black guy. I could not remember his name.
That was like 6 episodes ago. Jeez,
Yeah, that was a long time
What was
ago,
that?
yeah.
I love it.
It was a while ago. But sometimes people listen in real time and then grab their phone and send us text.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, or they may be listening to back episodes too, trying to catch up. We're fast.
Then this email came in from Ambassador Domo.
Ooh,
Robert Monty from the Vacant Church Pokemon Go in Columbia, New Jersey. He says this. Here's a film to recommend for your watch list. Run, Lola, Run. Yes, sir. Biggest problem is it's in German. We'll get to that in a minute. Is a 1998 German experimental thriller written and directed by Tom Tykwer. I think is how you say it. The story follows a woman named Lola, played by Franca Potenti, we saw her in the Bourne Identity movies. Who needed to obtain.
I always think is Lilu from from the other Fifth Element. Yeah, I always do. Every time I see it, I'm like, is that Lilu? Was there like a sequel?
She's
Run Lilu Run is what you're thinking.
Run Lilu. Exactly. I think that's what's going on in my head.
Run Lilu Multipass. Anyway, she says, who needs to obtain 100,000 Deutschmarks in 20 minutes to save her life of her boyfriend Manny? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93, audience 90, budget 1.75 million, box office 22.9 million, streaming currently on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I've never seen Run Lola Run. The biggest, and I would love to see it. I guess I could.
The fact that it's in German it should not be a detriment because there is so little dialogue in that thing. It's almost,
I've seen it before.
The movie equivalent of an instrumental.
I just don't know what I'd capture. I guess I'd probably have to do like
that would be the tough thing.
And I didn't realize it was this short. It's only hour 19. I'm in.
All right, Brian's
I'll
in.
watch it now.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's great for sure.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great for a film sec too.
I always meant to see it, but never did.
While we're talking about Germans, I want to pitch to you, Scott. Our favorite German actor, Matthias Schweighöfer.
Yeah.
This is the guy who played Dieter. Remember Dieter in Army of Thieves, Army of the Dead?
Oh, yeah.
I like that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Oppenheimer, so you should watch Oppenheimer.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen
like
Oppenheimer
him.
yet?
Nope, I said that earlier. Red on Airlight.
About that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it
Red
might
on
have been
Air
during the
H-bomb.
time. It might have been during the time that I had a little foot malfunction where I put my foot on the, accidentally on my power button, and I turned my computer started turning off, and I was like, oh shit.
You can't put your power supply down by your feet. That's the worst place.
I've done this before.
It's not usually there, but it happened to be this time.
Mine lives by my right foot. I don't understand.
Yeah. If you get fiddly with it, I get fiddly, and I can't trust my foot, so I
get fiddly too. There's no way I can have it down there.
I do like him a lot. I don't know if he's my favorite German actor, but I do like him a lot. Who
Matthias Schweighöfer.
Was that good? Army of Thieves? Was that worth check? I never did see it. Was it like a prequel series? Okay. Just never did. It was that a movie or it's episodic deal? I guess it's a movie. Okay. Maybe I'll finally get around to that.
Wait, is that Netflix thing? Maybe I did see this one.
I recommended it.
Yes, it was on Netflix.
Maybe we'll have to sack it.
This reminds me, I can't believe I didn't say this already. Baby Driver features the incredible, as I've already mentioned multiple times, acting of one Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah.
If you have not seen Jamie Foxx in the film, now I got to find the name. Shit. What is it called? It's where he plays a judge. It's him and Tommy Lee Jones. There he is. Hold on. I'm going to find it. It's recent. I recommended it on Recommendals, but I'll say it again here. It was
two Jamies?
It's called The Burial. Do not let that cover fool you. It looks like made-for-TV bullshit, that poster. The Burial is wonderful. I love that movie. Jamie Foxx is incredible in it. Tommy Lee Jones is also great. It's got
keep saying Tommy Lee Jones. Now, is it Jamie Lee Curtis in there too? Who else is in that movie?
Jamie Foxx, Tommy Lee Jones, Alan Ruck, Journey Smollett's really good. Bill Camp's really good. Everyone's good. That movie freaking rocks. Don't take my word for it. Just watch it yourselves. No, do take my word for it.
Pamela Reed.
I know.
I haven't seen her since The Kindergarten Cop, right? Is that? Yeah.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah.
Okay. She's also great. Everyone in this is good. I'm telling you, this is a worthy watch. Alan Ruck alone was amazing. Anyway, that's Cameron from Ferris Bueller, for those who don't know who Alan Ruck is.
Yep.
Anyway, highly recommend that. Let's see. Where the hell was I? I don't even know. Oh, okay.
Wheat in it?
There's one final text. Hello, following up on the conversation you had about hairstyles, specifically the broccoli hair. It's going around TikTok right now asking why teenagers look like llamas right now. Also, suggestion for hot action movie summer, Spy with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Statham.
Oh, did we talk about this?
I think
we talked about it during Crank, yeah.
Maybe the same. There's someone in,
or was it on the Discord server? I know we was having a discussion on the Discord server.
This might be the same person on Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, says it's streaming on Max. Seriously funny. They use Jason's intensity in the most hilarious ways, and Melissa does not disappoint. Yeah, I think I saw that and liked it. So I'd be down with that.
Same.
Be fine. I think we may have pretty full slots though for action movie summer. I don't know.
Our slots are all full up.
That's right. You want to be like these people? Send in your messages. 801-471-0462 is our text line, or you can email us at filmsack@gmail.com. Quick note of our Patreon folks. Just want to thank everybody for joining us. You guys are awesome. We didn't get a new one this week, but you know what? That's okay, because I know we will next week. I just know it. Patreon.com/filmsack. Get in there. No commercials ever. Pre-show content every week. Host specials. And also an art print in the mail if you subscribe at that level. Lots of reasons to join. Really no reasons not to. So check it out at patreon.com/filmsack.
I'm looking forward to Randy's rebuttal. I hope he hasn't oversold it.
It's not a rebuttal. It's not a rebuttal. This is a different thing. It's just the opposite of yours.
Okay, so it's boobs.
So it's breasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
exactly. Your butts on boobs.
Old butts and boobs. Yeah, can't wait. Rebooble? Anyway. That's patreon.com/filmsack. Our next movie, our next episode is going to be a roundtable, actually. It's about women in action movies. So I'm looking forward to this a lot. And it's a lot deeper than you might initially think. There's a lot, and we have a lot of great ones to talk about. So we're going to do that for our next roundtable episode, which will be next week.
And then after that, we're going to watch Repo Man.
Yep. Repo Man.
Cool.
Hold on. Repo.
Cool.
I've never heard Brian Ibbett be so excited in my life.
Emilio Estevez. And,
yes.
Repo Man. Actually, I remember the soundtrack for this being pretty amazing too, actually. So
really?
Let's call it a
way back in the 80s.
Let's call it a prequel to Baby Driver. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
Harry Dean Stanton plays a young Baby Driver, and
that's right. Yeah.
Is he doing magic hacks? Maybe.
Of course, absolutely. Oh, this also has Oh, it looked like, I'm sorry, I saw a photo of Emilio Estevez. It looked like Martin Sheen. I went, oh, his dad's in this. No, it's just him.
It's possible.
He has turned into his father. He looks just like him.
He really has. Yeah.
Yeah. And not a bad way. It's just fine. They should do a reboot of West Wing, make him president. What's his name?
Barton
Anyway,
Jr.
there you go. That's it for us this week. Filmsack.com is our website. Please use it for all your needs that you may have. It's right there for the taking, so go check it out. That'll do it for us, for me, for Brian, and for Randy.
Bananas.
We'll see you next time.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
My chicken just laid a very big egg.
It's ironic because his career laid a big